me with a smile. Ow.
Well, welcome to Hillcrest Live. This is something worth doing. At least I think it is. I hope you do. I'm glad that you're with us. Good to see a bunch of you online right now. We got Vander Waddy's watching, and Korthals, Kelly Matson, Deanna Mosier's been on. So yeah, Toby, Nancy, Karen Reed, which could mean Doug Reed. You never know because he doesn't have a Facebook account. But Hey, it's good to have all of you on here tonight. I've been looking forward to tonight. I'm excited about what we've got going on tonight. It's taken a little bit of effort, and I actually kind of got a little grumpy in the process because things weren't coming together like I wanted to, and my wife had to remind me, you are doing this because it's fun, right? Yeah, so that kind of helped kind of get my focus in here as well. So this is episode 6. I cannot believe we are in episode 6. That has been 6 episodes. I am curious how many episodes you have been a part of. So if tonight, count that as 6 if you're watching tonight. Put in the comments how many of the episodes you have watched. It could have been live. You might have, gone and got one of the episodes later because, once they go live, they're still available on the Facebook page to watch at any point, which the majority of our views end up happening after the actual live event. But put in the comments, let me know how many of the episodes you have done. Like Ken Smith's had 6 of them. Kelsey Mosier, she's been all 6 as well. Quite a few of you have been with me every step of the way, which just shows that you definitely have a screw loose. I mean, you have to, because if you can stick with this head for 6 episodes, yeah, that is something for sure. Hey, last week I gave away a T-shirt. At least I told you that I did, but I didn't tell you who. But the person who won the T-shirt does know. That was Kelsey. Kelsey wins it. Yay for Kelsey! That's right. So Kelsey's going to get her T-shirt, and you actually have an opportunity to win a T-shirt tonight. Well, you know what? Let's do something different than a T-shirt tonight. Let's do pizza tonight. Because tonight, I am going to be reviewing the 4 pizzas that you all said were the best pizzas in town. And so there was actually more than 4 places put out there, but I went with the 4 that had the most votes. And I went and got each of those pizzas, and I'm about to test those. Whichever one I think is the best of the 4, so you're stuck with my assessment of this, you can win a free pizza. So let's do this. If you have the most, I'll draw. If you share the video, do a watch party, invite friends, tag me or let me know that you did that, and I'll put your name in a drawing. And then this week, you pick the day, you pick the time, and I'll have the pizza delivered to you. That is the place that I think is the best one. So you might like one of the other ones better. You're only getting the one that I think is the best one of the 4 that we're going to test tonight. All right, so that's how you can win. So, and I'm looking here at the numbers again. We've got Gary Rakebrandt's done 4, but Rick Vanderweide's done 3-ish. So which one did you think, like, I just can't do any more of this? But you came back. So, think about that. Hey, you know what? The whole point of Hillcrest Live, why I'm doing this, is to blow off a little bit of steam, to laugh a little bit, to, just unwind a little bit from the week. And each week has all kinds of stuff that come our way that can just drive us crazy, drive us nuts. And I need something to just kind of release a little bit with that. Now, I get it. That means that sometimes there's a little satire in my show. Sometimes I rant a little bit. Last week I ranted a little bit. But maybe, you find those rants or the thing I'm ranting about a little bit funny. Or maybe you just like watching me make a dork of myself. Either way, I'm good with it. But really, if it wasn't for Hillcrest Live, I don't know how I would make it through this pandemic season that we're in. And so it's been a breath of fresh air for me each week. And many of you have told me it's been a breath of fresh air for you as well. So I'm glad that you're here and that you're a part of it tonight. So for episode 6, we are doing a food-focused show today. We're going to look at some different foods, some strange foods. We're going to look at pizza. We're going to look at various beverages. I'm going to try a few of these things. I'm going to do some things I wouldn't normally do, but all for the sake of your entertainment and, well, my growing knowledge base, as limited as that may be. Maybe we will discover the best pizza place in Sioux Falls, but hopefully tonight there will be a few surprises along the way that you'll enjoy as well. So with that being said, I encourage you to sit back, relax, pull that fried Spam out of the pan, open up that fresh bag of M&Ms, top off or crack open your favorite beverage, because this here is the wildest ride on the internet. So, to get us kicked off, what have you been doing this week?
What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? I really wanna know what you doing. What you doing? What you doing? Can I be part of the show?
Okay, to start off tonight, because I only want to eat hot pizza, I'm gonna do the pizza test. And again, last week you told me the pizza places that you thought were the best ones. And so I went through them. I narrowed it down to 4. I contacted these 4 places. I didn't tell them that we were testing their pizza and we were putting it online. I just ordered it like anybody would order it, and we got it however we got it. Now, when it comes to pizza, to say pizza isn't to really say much of anything, because pizza can be anything nowadays. Some people like thin crust, some like, traditional crust, some like, thick deep dish pizza. Some like it with, regular types of cheese. Others are just like, fancy mozzarellas. Some are, no cheese at all. Some people like anchovies or pepperoni or that, Canadian bacon. Canadians wonder why they get made fun of sometimes, but I tell you, if you call that bacon and you put your nation's name in front of it, and that's what you call bacon, milk in a bag and Canadian bacon. But, if you like fruit on your pizza, if you like, other green stuff on your pizza, if you like fungus on your pizza, fish on your pizza, you can have meatballs, you can have spaghetti on your pizza. Anything nowadays is pizza. So, I wanted to be sure we had a fair assessment of pizza and do pizza that is like American pizza. The kind of pizza that like people eat or would expect to eat if, somebody said, hey, we're having pizza. So we have to remove all those oddities, even though you might like those. And even myself, I may even prefer some things that are a little bit different. Like I really like a flatbread pizza like you would get at Fiero's downtown. I'll eat that all day long. But that's just not pizza in the classic sense, even though it is great and amazing pizza, as you probably have pizzas that you like that are unique and different. Taco pizza. So tonight, what I want to do is just regular crust, at least that's what I tried to order at each place, as well as just pepperoni, an American classic. Pepperoni, cheese, pizza. So that's what we're going after. Now, what I want to do is I want to rate each of these pizzas in a few different categories, and I'm going to give them a score of either 0, 1, or 2. 0 meaning I didn't like it, or it wasn't present, or it wasn't any good for whatever reason. 1 would be medium of the road. 2 would be it excelled in it. I don't want to do big scores like just 0, 1, and 2. I'm going to rate in some different categories. So these are some of the categories. By the way, do you know how to fix a broken pizza? You just put some tomato paste on it. Sorry about that. Here's the categories. Appearance. Just how does it look? Smell. Because what does your pizza smell like? Maybe you've never smelled your pizza before, but you know it when you smell good pizza, and you know when you don't smell good pizza. The crust. Traditional American pizza should have a chewy crust. That's part of what sets the dough apart from just a piece of bread, is it's got a chew to it. The sauce, a balanced sauce, not too sweet, not like sugar sweet. I don't want ketchup on my pizza. But if it's also too savory or too acidic, I would say, that can be a turnoff as well. So balance in the sauce. Then the cheese, like how much cheese, is the taste of that cheese, the quality of that cheese as well. Pepperoni, what's the presence of that pepperoni? Thin pepperoni, thick pepperoni, how much is that pepperoni cooked? Where is it in relationship to other ingredients on that pizza? And then just the overall quality of that pizza as well. So these are the categories, 7 different categories here that I'm going to be doing this with. So the pizzas that I selected, again, were from the comments of last week. I picked 4. The 4 that I picked was Pizza Rev. Never had it, but had a lot of people suggest that one. Sonny's Pizzeria. Sonny's Pizzeria is on 26th Street in like the Grange area. I think it's an old laundromat, is what used to be over there. Then you have Papa Woody's. That's the third one that I picked. Papa Woody's is downtown in the area north on Phillips there. Swamp Daddy's is in there. It's like a little, I don't know, it's kind of a yuppified place, but they've got a wood-fired pizza place in there called Papa Woody's. And then Marco's, which is kind of a classic here in town, more of a chain style of pizza. But those are the four that you said, the majority of you said were the best pizzas in town. Pizza Rev, Sonny's Pizzeria, Papa Woody's, and Marco's. So I have the pizzas here. They're hot. They are currently in the church kitchen. So I'm going to head over there with my roaming camera here, and we're going to do the test. So let me fire off the roaming camera, and we are going to roll from there. Okay. Make sure this is on. Okay. We're good. All right. Well, if you haven't seen my office before, this is, well, that's it. Pretty exciting. All right, let's head over to the kitchen. This is the Sunday morning green room. Used to be a foyer, but that's because, you know, down there, that's where we record for Sunday morning. Bathrooms, gym. All right, here we go in the kitchen. Nice commercial kitchen. I got our camera set up here. Let me get these things going. Let's see. Okay, so I've got the pizzas here in the on this cart over here. Can't really see me either. And I will try to switch cameras as I do this. So, first one, let's go to this camera. This one is Pizza Rev. There you go, Pizza Rev. Open it up. Now, this is their large. This looks pretty small for a large. There you go. I would say, just off of first looks, it doesn't look like a high quality pizza, but, you know, smells pretty decent. Let me go back to, so yeah, I think it, I mean, these are really small pieces. Smells good. I can smell like the yeasty kindness of it. Let's try it. Okay, crust is pretty good. Sauce isn't too sweet. I like the sauce. The cheese is thin. I mean, like, you know, look at the cheese. The cheese is really thin on it. There's not much at all. Really light on pepperonis too. Nothing really to write home about with the pepperonis. You know, overall quality is pretty good too. So, you know, this is a halfway good pizza. So, you know, for smell, again, I can give 0, 1, or 2 is my scoring on this. So I would give them a 2 for smell. Chewy, I'd give them a 1. Sauce, I'd give a 1. Cheese, I'd probably give a 0. Pepperoni, 1. Quality, 1. So that's our score there for Pizza Rev. Good pizza. Next. All right. This is the one everybody said was amazing. This is Sonny's Pizzeria. Sonny's Pizzeria. There you go. Open it up. Now this is more of a flat, crackery crust. I can tell immediately. Yeah, really thin. You can really smell, you can see this on here, like there's these like green, like, I don't know, it has plants on it. So it's not like it's a bad thing, but you can really smell that. There's more pepperonis per inch on this. The cheese is thicker. You can tell right away that this has a little bit more substance to it, even though the crust is like really thin. You can kind of see that there. So let's go back over to the main view here. So let's try it out. Okay, really good cheese, like really good cheese. Pepperoni's good. Nothing to write home about, but it's good. I don't really get the sauce too much. There's just a lot of cheese, but the cheese is super good. So Sonny's, I guess I would say, with Sonny's pizza, smell, overall smell, I'd give that a 2. It's still good, chewy. Even though it's a crackery crust, it's still got some chew to it. I'd give it a 1. Sauce, I'd give a 0. It really is not really can tell. Cheese for sure is 2 points on that. Pepperoni, give them a 1. Overall quality, I mean, that's a good pizza. I'd probably give them a 2 on that. That's my score for Sonny's Pizza. Done. Next, Papa Woody's. Okay, Papa Woody's. This is downtown. This is next to what's it called? Swamp Daddy place, you know, over there. So let's take a look at this pizza. Holy moly! Look at that. Now that is a much thicker pizza. They said their crust was chewy, and I mean this is stringy. Now granted it rode over here in my Jeep, so it probably bounced around a little bit, but I mean look at that. You see that? What do you think, huh? The bottom, yeah, pretty good. Yeah, lots of cheese, lots of crust. Got a little bit of crisp on bottom. Definitely the dough is chewy. Sauce comes through, very savory sauce, not a like real sweet sauce. So far it's been the theme, which I appreciate. Thin pepperoni. It really just seems like the same pepperoni on all these pizzas. You know, maybe it's just like the one you get from Hy-Vee. Thick crust though. Bubbly. Yeah, this is pretty decent pizza, I think. I'd eat that any day. So let's see, we've got smell, again, good smell in pizza. Definitely gets a 2 on the chew factor. Sauce, I would maybe even I'll give it a 1 on sauce. Cheese, I'm gonna give it a 2 on cheese. Pepperoni presence just gets a 1. Overall quality, I'd give that a 2. So Papa Woody's, good job, Papa Woody's. All right, that's Papa Woody's. Last one, Marco's. That's right, Marco's. Now I like their pepperoni magnifica pizza, but this, to be fair with everyone, just did regular old pepperoni. Now that's probably what most Americans would say. That's what pepperoni or what pizza is supposed to look like. And yeah, it's got a pretty good crust. It's got the is that the cornmeal or whatnot that's floured on there first. It's got, it looks like a couple different cheeses on there. Lots of pepperoni. So yeah, let's try out Marco's. I tell you what you get with Marco's, you get a lot of sauce. You can taste it. A lot of cheese. Obviously, pepperoni per inch is a lot. You also get a really chewy crust. Now, it's not crispy on the bottom. And my experience with Marco's, because I have had it before, is it can tend to run down your arm a little bit. But, I mean, for a pizza that's kind of like a chain pizza, it is a pretty decent pizza, in my opinion. So I would say, with Marco's, we've got smell. Well, I've smelled it before. Let me smell that just one more time. Smell, I'd give it a 2. Chew, I'd give it a 2. I like their sauce. I give it a 2. Cheese, there's plenty of it. 2 kinds. 2. Pepperoni presence. It's got the most pepperoni presence. Overall quality, I'd give it a 2. So for me, the winner of our pepperoni pizzas definitely was Marco's. So I gave him a perfect score. 12 points for Marco's. Papa Woody's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points for Papa Woody's. Sonny's 2, 4, 6, let's see, 8 points for them. And then Pizza Red, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 points for Pizza Red. Sonny's 8 points. Papa Woody's 10 points. Marco's 12 points. Really, you're not going to be sad with any of these pizzas. Obviously, that's why you guys picked them, because they're good pizzas. So, yep, that pretty much wraps up our pizza. So I'm going to, what I'll do, I've got to shut this off so it like moves back to the main computer. So I'm going to run a video about a pizza farm. And while I run that pizza farm video, I'll run back over to my office and we'll continue Hillcrest Live.
The government tells us we need to offer healthy choices in school lunches. But what is healthy, really? Is it this? Or is it this? The answer may surprise you. Welcome to the Pizza Farm, where we are hard at work growing the ripe, juicy pizzas your kids love. What could be healthier than this? Acres of pizza kissed by the sun, stretching as far as the eye can see. Fresh pepperoni straight from Mother Earth. We also have orchards of taquito trees soaking up the minerals and vitamins from the sun before we pick them and deliver them straight to those school lunch trays.
Can I have one?
You sure you don't want an apple?
Ew, no way.
Here you go. You see, kids know what their bodies need.
My teeth feel soft.
Go away. These fields produce hot, moist, sloppy joes all year round. Yeah. Thanks to the nutrients in the cola we use to water them. Oh, like mother's milk. We all want our kids to eat healthy, all-natural food. So stop pushing gross fruits and vegetables on them and let them dig into a fresh-picked bushel of hot, flaky fish fingers.
Yeah, they keep falling off. We can't get these to stick on the branches. So, I'm sorry.
Listen, if it's on a plant, it's good for you. Who cares how it got there? French fries are practically salads, which is why I like mine with ranch.
Okay, boy, that video is quick. Okay, I got a camera here because got a little something I need to record here. But I wanted to well, first of all, so whoever shares the feed tonight or in the next day or whatever it is, invites friends to watch, I'll put you in the drawing and then deliver pizza. Rick Korthal's, Ricky, I don't think I'm driving out. Well, yeah, I'll drive out to the lake. I want to go to the lake. So yeah, maybe I'll deliver your pizza if you win. And then Rick Vanderweide, you said pizza with applesauce on it. I am interested to try that just because that sounds so weird. But yeah, cool. Let's see. Thirsty after all the pizza. So something really popular. Let me set these M&Ms to the side here. Something really popular nowadays are energy drinks. And I mean, when you go to a convenience store, you stop in at the gas station, it's hard to just find a soda. Like everything is energy drinks. Now, I'm not a big energy drink person because I just don't care for them. I don't know. Plus, I'm curious, or maybe even sometimes concerned what they do to you. But there are some really popular ones out there. So I wanted to try a few of them quickly here. This is a Kickstarter. Now, Burke Perry loves these things. I don't know what flavor he likes, but I wanted to try 3 drinks with the same flavor profile, I guess, so that I could really kind of tell. But each one of these drinks has caffeine or taurine or some other ene of some sort. Bull pea. I don't know what they all have in them, but they have stuff in them. So this is a Kickstarter and carbonated, looks like. It has 92 milligrams of caffeine in a 16-ounce can. So taste it. Fruit punch. It's bad fruit punch. I don't know. Hard for me to kind of like really get into what that is. Wow. I can't help that I'm eating in front of you and drinking in front of you. It's a food show. So, and these have carbonation. So they're making me want to, you know, I just did the pizza. Oh, well, let's see. NOS energy drink. This is enhanced mental focus. It has CMPLX6, high performance energy. Oh my goodness. It sounds like it's a Tesla. Or maybe it's Tesla's kid. I went there. Now, they didn't have fruit punch, they have power punch. Okay. Yeah, you can see we're in the ballpark here. Power punch from NOS. Now, this one doesn't have 92 milligrams of caffeine. This one has 160 milligrams of caffeine. Booyah. Well, NOS. Do you guys drink these things? What's your favorite one out there? And did you have to like learn to like it, or did you just like it? Okay, there's NOS Power Punch, last one. The Titan of the bunch. Monster Energy. This one is called Pacific Punch, and this is Monster Juice. It's energy juice. Juice. Tropical punch that's not lighter. That's what? I can't even read this font. Less sweet. I need glasses. I shouldn't be drinking this. There you go. I think all of these have red dye 40. Just saying. Monster Energy. It's like a pirate drink, I think. Okay. All right. I'm shocked. Because I've had Monster before because my kids drink Monster. And I hate Monster. Out of these three, by far the best. Monster Energy. All right. My heart rate's going up a little bit here. All right. I want to try something tonight. You know, a lot of times, you know, we get kind of stuck in our ruts of foods that we eat and foods that we like, and we're really picky about stuff. And Americans, you know, we have things that we eat and things that we don't eat. Do you know the majority of the world eats insects? High in protein, plentiful. They eat a lot of insects. I have never eaten insects outside of like accidental. You know, you eat like, I don't know how many spiders every night. You know all those stories you've heard. But like knowingly, you know, other than a bug flies in your mouth, you know, or you know something lands on your salad, you didn't know about it. But I don't willingly or knowingly eat like bugs. You remember my wife one time, there was a peanut butter cup in the refrigerator, and I went to the refrigerator to get peanut butter cup, and she said, "Oh, are you getting me one?" Well, you know, there's two of them in the package. So I was like, yeah, I'm getting you one. So I went to go give her one of the peanut butter cups, and sure enough, I did. She loves these things. So she pops it in her mouth, and she's eating. And I go back over to the kitchen where mine was sitting, and I pull mine out of the package. And as I did, there was this white, like, stringy thing on it. I was like, what is that? And I looked at it, I go, what is this? And my back's to her. And I, like, all of a sudden noticed there's, like, eggs or something on it. I break it open. Now, it was in the refrigerator, so everything is either dead or not moving. But it's filled with worms. Like, I don't know how old this peanut butter cup is. And I turn around and I go, Jenny! And then she's like, almost done. She's like, yeah. And I'm like, nothing. I figured, why throw up all over the living room for no reason? So I waited a day or so, and then I told her about what she ate, and she hit me appropriately. But yeah, but we don't want to eat bugs. But tonight, I'm going to try some. Never eaten bugs before, for real. Never eaten this, and this is the real deal. So let me turn on the bug cam. All right. There we go. Is my sound still coming through? Looks like it. Okay. So I've got 3 kinds of crickets here. I've got, there it goes. I've got salt and vinegar. I've got sour cream and onion. And I've got bacon and cheese. Which one do you think is going to be the best? I kind of feel like I want to try the bacon and cheese. It seems like these little guys are, you know, coated a little bit. So let's pull out bacon and cheese. Oh man, they're sealed up in there. I got a scissor over here. Let me get like a little white napkin so you can see what we're doing here. All right, can you see that? Okay, there we go. Oh, there's the legs and everything, okay? So we'll try like, I want someone with legs and everything. I want the whole thing. There we go. That's gonna be our little guy right there. Let me go back. All right, so here we go. This is bacon and cheese. Ooh, baby. So, if I were to tell you what that one tasted like, I'm going to tell you that it tasted like bad bacon and cheese on some sawdust and a leg stuck in my tooth. Look, if we've got time, I'll eat the others. Holy moly. Hey, at least I ate a cricket, right? That's right, I ate a cricket. Okay. Wow. Where are we? Hey, you've got questions, and if you've got questions, I have answers. All right, you know, number one question I continue to get, and I will get this until we are back in church, is the question, like, when are we coming back to church? When? Pastor Doug, when are we coming back to church? When you read the headlines, it is obvious that this is on the front of everybody's mind that goes to church and is a part of church, because we've been out of church 10, 11 weeks now for many of us, and we are just tired of it, just sick and tired of it. It really should be a question. In Chicago is looking at shutting down 3 churches that continue to meet with outside of the parameters that the city has put forth. They're meeting with obviously more than 10 people, and the city is saying, we're going to shut you down. And they've been doing this in the preliminary stages of the reopening of Chicago. So that was in the news just this week when it comes to, you know, this subject matter. On Friday, I think I've got a picture here. Yep. This is a picture on Friday of President Trump. And this is a quote from him. He said, "At my direction, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention is issuing guidance for communities of faith. I'm identifying houses of worship, churches, synagogues, and mosques as essential places that provide essential services." And then he continued by saying, "Some governors have deemed liquor stores and abortion clinics as essential, but have left out churches and other houses of worship. That's not right. So I am correcting this injustice and calling houses of worship essential." So that's what he did, is he called them essential. The CDC did put out some interim guidelines, and those are these. Then their interim guidelines, it said gatherings present a risk for increased spread of COVID-19. It went on to say that if a church does have services, everyone over the age of 2 needs a mask on and should remain 6 feet apart, whether standing in line or seated. The city of Sioux Falls this week, the city councilors voted unanimously during a special meeting at the Carnegie town hall just this past Tuesday to fully repeal all patron restrictions placed on Sioux Falls businesses since this coronavirus pandemic began in early March. Also, we heard today from the Sioux Falls Health Department, and they said that even though Minnehaha and Lincoln County had 3,400 positive cases of coronavirus as a result of testing, they said today that they believe that the number of people in just Minnehaha and Lincoln County that had the coronavirus is 34,000 people, not 3,400. They said that that's the statistics would show that that many people had it and either did not know that they had it, were asymptomatic, or just didn't go to get tested. So that many people in Sioux Falls area had the coronavirus. We put a survey out over the weekend. Looks a little like this. This is just one of the questions that we put out there. I went ahead and copied this one at 107 responses. We've had more than that since I did this. But it has given us some really great data. This coming Tuesday, the elders here at Hillcrest are going to be meeting and discussing this very issue. So as of today, like right here, right now, there are no specific plans for us opening church, but we are talking about it this Tuesday. And if we have an answer on Tuesday, we will get that answer out to you. And if there's things that we need to know or discover or something else that needs to take place, we're going to communicate that to you as well. So we are in the planning stage. We are thinking about this. I want to get back to church. I know you want to get back to church. At the same point, we want to be safe. I want to be safe. You want to be safe. And so we have to do it, in a way that makes sense considering, everything in the process here. So I made a few promises to you when I put out that survey. And as I talked about on Sunday, I make those same promises now. That on behalf of myself and the pastoral staff and the leadership council, we will get back to in-person services as soon as we can. I promise you that. Second promise is this, that we are going, when we do come back together in services, we are going to do our very best to make sure that you and we are safe. That's very important, that we're safe. So we're going to get back as soon as we can. We're going to make sure that we're safe. And the third promise that I made is we're going to continue to stream the services. So we will do that indefinitely. So for the short term, for those of you that would not be coming back and would be staying at home for the reasons that you would be staying home, you will still be able to engage and be a part of the services. But also we will continue doing the streams on Sunday because we have a lot of people that have joined Hillcrest in those live streams that either because of health reasons or other reasons can't participate, or maybe even location-wise can't be at a live in-person service. So we will continue to stream anyway. So those three promises. We're coming back as soon as we can. We're going to make sure you're safe, and we will keep streaming. So those are three promises that I make to you. All right. So that question continues to come, and I will do my best to answer that question. Another question kind of came this week, probably as a result of Pastor Brian's if you watched the Stroh show last week, he talked about conflict. And so someone kind of reached out to me and they asked this question. I kind of shortened it on the screen here. But they said, with all these changes, isolation and being around my family so much, how can I keep from losing it? How can I keep from coming unglued or undone on my family? Well, I would start by reminding all of us that life is good. Oh, hey, I have a picture I didn't even show you. Let me go back to that just for a second here. This is what we call the green room, but this used to be the fireside room. Whenever we decide that we're going to be going back to in-person services, we have to tear this down and reset this up in the worship center for streaming, and also we've ripped apart everything that was cohesive and working well in the worship center. So it's going to take us 2 Sundays. So whenever we decide, it's going to be 2 Sundays before we can get everything done and put together so that we can kick off live. So we do have that kind of 2-week window that is going to be focused in there. But let's go back to that question of how can I keep from losing it? I would say that first of all that the life is good. And we need to remember that life is good. And there are a lot of things to celebrate, and there's a lot of things to be thankful for. But life also brings difficulty, and that's what this person was talking about. And we've all experienced this difficulty. Life still does bring difficulty along with it. But it's the way that we frame that difficulty that shapes our attitude, and how our attitude starts to shape how we look at options that we have, or how we look at the choices that are in front of us. And then that, of course, shapes the direction we end up going. So it's important that we remember that life is good even in the midst of challenges. And those challenges, we need to really frame how we see those and what we think about those challenges. And my wife shared something with me this week that kind of rattled around in my brain that I wanted to share with you this morning. So I want you to picture this. Picture that you have a cup of coffee and you're walking along and somebody bumps into you. Okay? So someone bumps into you and hits your coffee there. Your coffee spills all over the place. And the question is, why did you spill the coffee? Like, why did you spill the coffee? And you would answer, obviously, because someone bumped into me. Someone bumped into me and spilled my coffee. The thing is that that's the right answer in like the obvious way, but it's also the wrong answer. It's the wrong answer because what if you had tea in your cup? See, you spilled coffee because coffee was in your cup. If tea was in your cup, you would have spilled tea. If milk was in your cup, you would have spilled milk. If water was in your cup, you would have spilled water. The reason why you spilled coffee is because coffee was in your cup. Now, I get it that someone bumped into you, and that's why what was in your cup spilled out, but you decided what was in your cup. And that is the piece that started to really rattle around in my head and help me this week in a couple areas where I had some challenges. Because whatever's inside the cup is what spills out. Therefore, when life comes and shakes you, which will happen, does happen, probably happen this week or even today for you, whatever is inside you will come out. And it's easy to fake it until you get rattled. And what is in your cup is going to spill out. So we have to ask ourselves the question, what is in my cup? Well, what do you carry around in your cup? I mean, when life comes and your cup spills over, does it have joy and gratitude or peace or humility in it? Or is your cup filled with anger or bitterness or harsh words or negative reactions? You see, life provides the cup, but you provide what you fill it with. You provide what it goes in. And I think that's where my faith really helps me put something in my cup that's different than what my cup would be filled with otherwise. So today, my encouragement for you and for me is to fill those cups with gratitude and to fill them with thankfulness and forgiveness and joy and words of affirmation and kindness, gentleness, love for others. These are the things we should be filling our cup with. So, little thought. Now, I think that'll preach, so you might hear that in the weeks to come because it keeps rattling around in my head. But what do you put in your cup, right? Speaking of cups, still got some cricket. Yeah. I feel like someone should take my pulse. My heart's beating. Well, I'm sure you're interested in what the weather is because last weekend we had kind of a wet weekend weather-wise, and we wanted something better than wet weather weekend. But we have Jonah again. He is here for our 5-day forecast, and this kid, I tell you, he is going crazy with his weather videos, and this week is no exception. So here is Jonah's 5-day forecast.
This is Jonah with your 5-day forecast. We're taking this forecast outside in the wilderness. Let's go! Breaking news. This is Jonah on site. Last night we had some bad weather and almost took out this bridge. See? A local resident was here last night to experience the storm. Let's see what he got to say about it. Nothing. Okay. And now, here's your 5-day forecast. Friday is 74, Saturday is 80, Sunday is 74, Monday is 75, Tuesday is 78. Really nice here in South Dakota. Let's go check in Iowa. time for weather around the world. We're having a blizzard in South Dakota. It tastes like cotton candy. Yum. Let's go see what it's like in Germany.
Hi everyone, thanks Jonah. We're here in sunny Dusseldorf, Germany.
It's hot.
It is hot. It's in the 20s all week, so don't forget your Zonenmilch. It's quite important. It's beautiful out today. Thanks, Benji. Back to you, Jonah.
Thank you, Benji and Brianna. This has been your 5-day forecast with Jonah. Back to you, Doug.
All right. Hey, way to go, Jonah. Great job. And Benji, man, you're a movie star. I love that line. It's hot. Good job. Well, teachers have been trying to teach, trying to do stuff from home. And so a couple of memes that were kind of interesting this week that I came across. One is a TikTok video of a teacher who wrote a song to kind of communicate a little bit and do a better job of teaching. So take a look at this teacher song.
Hey, so as some of you guys might know, I'm a music teacher, and I found that one of the best ways that I can process the whole transition to online learning and teaching is to write a song. So I wrote a song. I'd like to share that with you guys now. Here we go.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it too. Now, these kind of grow on you, I think. Either that or I'm just really thirsty. But it seems like the more you have them, the more you kind of want them. And I don't know, I'm feeling kind of peppy all of a sudden. It's hard to find stuff to eat sometimes when you haven't been to the grocery store. Someone hasn't been, shopping in a while. But if you've got just the basics, like some cheese and a tortilla and ketchup and a hot dog, well, you could have this. That's right. Sometimes I treat my girl to a gourmet breakfast. She left 6 months ago, but I still make it every day just in case she comes back. Please come back, baby. I love you. Yes, very sweet. Some people eat strange things. They don't always think that what they eat is strange. I can remember my grandfather filling a glass with popcorn and then pouring milk over it, eating with a spoon. But here is one that I for sure, I'm just not too sure about this one. Hot dogs and milk. Hot dogs and milk. Hashtag foodie, hashtag vegan. How about you guys? You going to eat that one? Yeah, nope. Not me. Not me. These are really 16 ounces? Shocking. Let's see. Jesus has been in the news. Let's see where Jesus has been in the news. Eric Hogue. I saw this guy this week, Eric Hogue, and this is, let's see, I've got it, yep, here we go. This is Eric Hogue. He's the mayor of Wiley, a small city just north of Dallas, Texas, and he's under fire for telling a member of the city council that women should not be allowed to pray at public meetings because the Bible forbids it. He quoted in saying this. He said, "I believe a lady can be president of the United States. I believe a lady can be CEO of a company, the superintendent of a school district, but I believe, and this is me, when it comes to picking somebody to lead the invocation at a city council meeting, because of what the Bible says, I'm going to choose a male." He's the pastor of Cottonwood Church of Christ, part of a Christian tradition that does not allow women to teach or influence in matters of faith at all. Here's another quote. He says, "If you attend Church of Christ, there will not be a female preacher. There will not be a female song leader. There will not be a female that leads the prayer." He says, "Now there will be ladies that teach other ladies, and there will be ladies that teach the children's classes, But when we're in a worship service, we're in a religious service, and based on what the scriptures teach, the guys do that. So obviously that made the news. I get it. Everybody has their own perspective. But man, when you bring that to the city council level, yeah, good luck. Good luck with that, buddy. Good luck with that. Another guy, this guy is Frankie or Frankeline Endafor, and he is a popular self-styled prophet, and he's a former presidential candidate in Cameroon. But he died from the coronavirus on Saturday after laying hands on dozens of his infected followers and pronouncing them healed from the disease. He was just 39 years old. It caused great mayhem in the community because people were surrounding his house where he died, and they were praying for him to resurrect from the dead. Robert Chi, one of the pastor's followers, told The Voice of America that it was only last Wednesday that Endafor had prayed for him and several dozen others who were either diagnosed with the virus or suspected that they had been infected. And now that Endafor is dead, his followers are worried about their healing from the virus. Oh my goodness. So the mind of the man plans the way and the Lord directs his steps. Like, we have to use our brain when it comes to these things and not just jump off a cliff and say, God will protect me from it. We have to be wise as we go through life. And just because we have faith in God doesn't mean we're bulletproof with what goes on around us. So yeah, something to learn from with this as well. Some strange news as well. John Steingard, he's the lead singer of the Christian band Hawk Nelson, and he renounced his faith this week. That was shocking. If you don't know the music, here's just a short clip of their Diamond song.
He's making diamonds, diamonds, making diamonds out of dust. He is refining, and in his timing, he's making diamonds out of us.
One of the positive things, I guess, for John in this is he did say that God is still on the table for him. But this is a pattern that we see again and again in people that are in the faith community that are in the public eye, and they've not figured out a way to ask questions or to work through the struggles that they have, or just the basic kinds of things that all of us experience in our faith. Because if they do, they fear that they are going to lose everything that they've worked for, including their livelihood, because everybody expects them to be something like a super Christian and never have a question or never, falter in their faith. And since there's no room in their mind for that, then eventually it comes to this where they just kind of walk away from the whole thing. And I don't want to see this pattern continue. I want us to be a community that allows people to have questions and allows people to ask those questions and struggle through things and still be able to be in their faith, but not have to be like the champion or the giant of their faith all the time. Even for me, I go through ups and downs, and it's not always easy on Sunday morning, and I try to be as transparent with that as I can at times. Sometimes it's hard to stand up there because I'm struggling in my own journey, and we have to admit that, though, those things. We have to be willing to work through those things, and we have to have people that we can talk to about these things as well. I did think it was really encouraging what his band said, because he's been with his band for 20 years. He's the lead singer of his group that's really, really popular. And they said this. They said, one of our best friends, one whom we have walked with, worked, and lived alongside for 20 plus years, revealed some of his innermost feelings on his faith journey this past week. Our mission as Hawk Nelson, that's the name of the group, has always been to inspire and encourage all people with the truth that God is for them and not against them. In that message's most simple and purest form, that they matter. So now we turn that truth towards one of our own, that God is still for John and he still matters. And why? Because the truth doesn't change just because we question it. How we treat one another when they are at a different stage in their journey based on their life experiences is part of a bigger conversation. And we are called to love one another unconditionally as God loves us. And we should also encourage and challenge one another in our faith, seeking truth. I just love it. It's spot on, like stand up guys. So we all have questions in our journey, and that is okay that we have those questions. But if we don't give ourselves space to ask them, these are the kinds of things that can end up in our lives too. And it can create a lot of struggle for people, and a lot of struggle for ourselves. So It is that time of the night when we get in touch with our softer side in our Hallmark moment. I've been told by a lot of people that I don't do real well with these, that when I pick them, they're not warm and fuzzy, and when I go with ones that other people pick, they pick warm and fuzzy ones. So I'm trying to learn from you this week, and I realized that last week a lot of people liked the video because we had animals helping animals. It seems like whenever I show animal videos, for the most part, it seems like people like the animal videos. So I picked an animal video. I picked this one. And it might be obvious, I don't know. But I picked an animal video, this one, and it's a cute little micro pig, you know, one of those small little pigs, cute little pig. And he had broken into a farmer's corn mash, which is what they pull out after making the moonshine, this mash. And so it's actually filled with a lot of alcohol, and the pig ate the corn mash. Yeah.
What's the matter, girl? You have a little bit too much corn? You say, yeah? Okay. Here I come. I gotta get the intoxicated pig. Look at this pig. Hey. Are you messed up, girl? Never seen a damn pig. Yeah, that one there's fine. That one there's fine. This one here is turned belly up. Hey, you. Whoa, ho, ho. The bed on my. Oh, come here, girl. I didn't mean to do that.
Okay, I get it. It's not warm and fuzzy, but like seriously, if you don't laugh at that one, like check your pulse, all right? Because that fat little drunk pig just rolled down the hill just as gently as could be. So very, very cool video. I love that one when I saw it. So just about done here. A little segment tonight called Should You Get It? Yeah, infomercials, gotta love those things. This is a gimmick in many ways, but I picked it up. I thought it would be kind of fun and cool and kind of goofy, and I love it. I'm dead serious. This thing is amazing. This little tool that I want to show you here is it's called, what is the thing even called? Because it doesn't have the name on it. It just has a plus and a minus sign on it. It's the mini bag sealer. So it has two sides. It has a plus side and a minus. Forget the minus because that part of this thing is a piece of junk. The plus side is the thing you want to focus on. So this is a sealer, not a vacuum sealer. It kind of says it in the description, but it's $12.99. You put a couple batteries in it, and when you open up a bag of chips, a bag of whatever, you know, and you've got your chips going here, you want to seal it up. You know, you might roll it, you might chip clip it, you might rubber band it, whatever you might do. This thing, all you do is this. You push it together for, it says like 3 to 5 seconds, and then you take it, and here, let me get, okay, so you take your bag, and you take your little thing that you kind of close together, and then all you do is you run it through the little deal here. You just clip it together, and then you run it like this, and then when you're done, like, seriously, like, it totally works. And then to open it, you don't have to cut it. All you do is just like you did before. Let me get on the video here. All you do is you do like you did before, and you just take it and you just pull it back open. Isn't that amazing? I mean, it works for everything. It works on bags that you would have in a box. It works on bags like a pasta bag. It works on sandwich bags. It works on anything. So I think the chip clip is really cool. There's $12.99. This one's $14.99. But you can get them for $12.99. I put a link in the description as well for you. So if you're interested in that, it's a cool little tool. So, you know, just before a swan dies, it sings its final song. Now, I don't plan on dying anytime soon, but tonight's episode is getting ready to sing its swan song. Yeah, let me just comment here because I get it. Like, you know, my mom said on here that, you know, Food Saver does the same thing. I get it, but that's like this big giant thing that like I have to, like this is, you put the little hook on it, and you hang it in your chip area or wherever, and man, just like that. So, look, I'm not getting paid by these people. I had to buy mine, but I bought it as a joke, but I liked it, so. Well, folks, episode 6 of Hillcrest Live is in the books, and I want to thank you again for being here with me, being a part of this each and every week, and having fun with me. Thank you. Just makes my week better, and just makes it better sharing it with you like this, because I think that Hillcrest Live is something worth doing. So we've been having fun with it, and we'll continue to do so as long as we're in this pandemic. But once we're back to services, Hillcrest Live is over. So just know that. But it does breathe life into me and many others throughout the week as I continue to hear from you, and it's encouraging for me in that way. So look forward to each and every week with you. I am privileged to stream to your device in your living room or wherever you're at. Thank you for including me as a part of your Thursday night or whenever it is that you're watching this. If you want that pizza from Marco's, all you have to do is put in, you know, share this video in one way or another and tag me in it, or let me know that you did that, and I will enter you into the drawing, and you can pick the day and the time this week that you would like your pizza, and I will have it delivered to you. I'll enter you into that drawing. So remember, the Lord has given you 2 ends, one for sitting and one for thinking, and your success depends on which one you use. Heads you win, and tails you lose. Well, that's all, folks. Let's go out dancing tonight.
Everybody get up.
Stay home, folks.